Okay, awesome. Let me just see if everything is on here. Okay, fabulous. Just going to take a deep breath in and just check that this is all working. Looks okay. Fabulous. Right, so my title for today was a bit of a hectic one to put out, and even as I was preparing for the session today, I felt quite apprehensive and quite nervous and everything, because it's sort of it's one of those topics you don't really want to talk about, because it's one of those things when you think about what our perception of spirituality is that it's always unicorns and rainbows and all those beautiful things, and it's quite interesting to have to go into the dark side of what spirituality is actually all about. So for me, it has been a hell of a journey over the last, I'd say probably 2 months, having to work with this and having to start working with the darkness within, where I was always all unicorn, sparkly, light, yay! And then you basically get thrown into a situation where you are needing to really get honest with yourself and really get into that space of going, okay, well, guess what? It's not all rainbows and unicorns, which is fine. And I think the reason why I am here talking about this today is that I'm needing to get a message out there to people that the energies that we're working with at the minute is going to get more intense, and the feelings that's coming up, the emotions that's coming up, everything that's coming up is just going to get more and more intense. And if you're not prepared to go in, and if you're not prepared to work with it and not against it, you're going to be falling flat on your face. You're going to basically be on your knees. So first, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to explain to you what the concept of the dark night of the soul is actually about, and then give you some examples, and then give you some coping strategies or ideas on how you can actually manage and navigate and work with this as well. Okay, so the whole concept, the whole idea, for me, when I look at it, it's you, the person, basically needing to let go of an old part of yourself. It's you needing to let go of ideas, beliefs, all kinds of things that you hold about yourself and that you hold about your life that is not serving you. But what happens is that we hold on so tightly, and we are so scared of letting go, and that fear of not being supported, and the fear of not knowing what's going to happen, that we create this dissonance. So it's literally, when you go into the dark night of the soul, it's the divine and the light of source trying to get in, and the human ego basically going, no, I want to hold on. So it's this clash, and you're literally closing yourself off to the light wanting to come in. You're closing yourself off to expansion. You're closing yourself off to everything that is light, because you're so fearful. And that's what happens. It's literally like this, I'm all by myself, nothing makes sense, everything is really hectic. Why am I doing this? Why did I choose this? Why is life so hard, etc., etc. So if you can think about like all of the lower vibrational issues that might come up, that will be experienced during that period that you go through, until you get to the realization of what you are creating, and until you allow yourself to go, I'm going to reach out and I'm going to let the light back in. Okay, so, and it is basically all of the negative emotions, anything that is not in alignment with your soul, that you're holding on to so tightly, and then you just basically get nailed. So for me, it was really, I would say it was things like trust and things like understanding that I am held, and things like me needing to be honest with myself and starting to trust my inner voice, because I was so busy looking outside of myself during that period that I went through, that I went into the space of feeling very like alone and very disconnected. And even though I was trying to meditate, I was trying to do stuff, but everything I tried to do was so hard, because at the essence of me, I was misaligned. I was doing stuff that wasn't right for me, and that wasn't right on a soul level. And I had to figure it out myself. So this is one of those journeys where you can't go to a person like me, for instance, and go, Yolanda, you need to help me through my dark night of the soul. You can get perspective, you can get ideas and stuff. I mean, I spoke to loads of people during my trying period, and it was great because everyone's perspective obviously started shifting. But I was the person at the end of the day who needed to go, that's it. I'm going to make a change. That's it. I'm going to change the way that I'm looking at stuff, and I'm going to take back my own power. So until I made that decision, I couldn't get out of that vicious cycle. Now, if you can imagine, it was like my ego was constantly fighting me. So, I'd be up at night, I'd be like really overthinking, and I was like full of stress. Things were just like my brain was working overtime all the time, and I kept on just looking at all the negative stuff, and things was just really, really intense for me. So it was just like, this like whole lower vibrational thing. But I needed to do that so that I could step back and actually go, shit, what am I doing? Because it's almost like you hit a brick wall and you're going, shit, what am I doing? Like, how did I actually get myself into this hole? So for me, it was sort of, you go through this spiral of just going downwards and downwards and downwards until you literally just are on your knees and going, ta-da, what am I going to do? So this is where the whole thing of trust comes in. And this is where the whole thing of actually starting to reconnect with what is it that I am needing to let go of. What is it that I have to actually work with at this point in time so that I can realign myself? Because the minute you keep on running on this misaligned track, everything just seems to not want to go forward. Hi, Amanda, darling. How are you? I'm so glad you're on the call today. That's pretty cool. So for me, this whole process of going through that in-depth transformation, it's going to be painful, and it's going to be sore, and it's going to be hard, and make sure that you are in that space where you can talk to people, but do know that they are not the people who will fix you. They are not the people who are going to help you get through. Hi, Taryn, darling. They are not the people who are actually going to make you go through this process of pain and what you're feeling. They're going to be the people who can support you, but you are the person responsible for making the changes. Okay, so that for me is really, really important. And I was speaking to someone this morning, to a friend of mine, and she was saying, like, things are so hard at the minute, and it's like, the tears won't stop flowing, etc. And I was saying to her that, what's happening in the world at the minute with like Australia and all of the volcanoes happening, and there's massive storms, and there's drought, and there's all these hectic things. And when I think about Mother Earth, and I think about like what she is doing at the minute, she's purging. She's literally releasing things that doesn't need to be there anymore. Things that is stifling, like anything that's negative within her. She's literally going through a process of rebirthing and letting all that stuff go. And then once she's let it all go, we're going to go into that rebirthing process, and it's all gone, and then things can start coming through. The little flowers can start coming up again. Whatever was there that was taken away can rebirth. So if you think about nature, it's like it allows itself to go through these processes of complete transformation. Every time you go into winter, you go through autumn, you go into winter, all the, like the plants die, everything changes, the trees lose their leaves, everything is just so different. But somehow like nature knows that it's just a period of time. Everything is regenerating underneath the surface. And then when springtime comes, everything starts like coming through again. The green starts coming up again. The positive vibration starts coming up again. So it's literally, for me, if you can think about the process of Dark Night of the Soul, it's a rebirthing, okay? It's you basically coming out of that state where things that doesn't serve you anymore, letting it go, going into your winter, go through your winter, and then your spring can start again. Okay, so trying, hello Tracy. I didn't even see the comments there. Thanks, guys. So it's really about like understanding that this is cyclical. It is something that has to happen, and sometimes it takes a bit longer. I felt like 2 months of this for me was like really intense. Okay, I literally felt like for 2 months I was like in there grappling. But when I look back at it now, like I realized I'm so freaking hard-assed, because I was obviously in such a state of like going, no, I'm going to hold on to my old ideas. I'm going to hold on to how I want to do things. And the universe is going, no, I can't love you more if you do this. I can't let you grow. I can't let you expand. I can't let you be who you really are if you keep on going back to wanting to hold on to these old ideas, these old beliefs, etc. So what did I need to do? I needed to go, okay, stuff it. I have to come back to myself. I have to come back to my connection with my divine source, with the light, everything, so that I can actually start my rebirthing process. Okay, so it's freaking uncomfortable, guys. There's nothing nice about it. It's messy. It's like snot. It's tears. It's yucky. It's like, it is horrible. But I needed to do that so that I could go through it and feel it and understand it, because I know that many people out there, and many of my clients, and this is generally how my work works, is I basically go through a shitstorm, and then all of a sudden all these people around me are going through the same thing, and I need to learn from what happens so that I can support the people around me. So therefore it is, if you are feeling any of these things, if you're feeling like life is really hectic at the minute, I don't know why this is happening, I don't want to do this anymore, whatever it is for you, step back, start looking at where in my life do these things not feel right? Where's the misalignment? Because that's the area that you have to go and put the spotlight on. You have to go deep. You have to go look in there so that you can actually step back and start healing that. And once you start healing it, then the rebirth can start. Okay, but you have to identify it, and you have to allow your ego to basically have this freaking crazy ass fight for, hopefully not 2 months, but as long as it takes, you have to go through it. Because at some stage I was literally going, I'm done with this shit. I don't want to do any of this stuff anymore. I'm actually just like, I want to go and work at Waitrose, and that's what I want to do. I can't deal with needing to be spiritual, but I can't also not honor my soul, because when I got into the space where I just went, okay, I'm not doing anything anymore, things just got worse, and I just felt worse. So the minute I got back into my routine, into my daily rituals, into my space of meditation, really getting myself like grounded every day, connecting with the light, everything started feeling a little bit lighter, a little bit lighter. And the more I started being honest with myself, it got lighter, it got lighter, it got lighter. But I needed to hit the bottom basically so that I could get up again. Okay, and it's sort of, for me, it was a bit like I got up, I went down, I got up, I went down, I got up, I went down. But eventually, like I could feel it's done now. It's done. I've released what I needed to release. So give yourself time also, and reach out, ask for help, but know it's your responsibility. Okay, if you choose to be on a path of enlightenment, if you choose to be on a path of growth for your spirit, if you're wanting to live your purpose, you're going to go through this shit. It is what it is. For me, it's like I do this. I think I do this probably, last year was extreme because it's just everything was so much change, and that's fine. But I do this at least once a year where I go into this hole and I need to get out again. And generally with me, it's always winter time. So I know in South Africa now, for instance, it's summer, but for me, it's always like winter time is my time when I go and I'm like, I just really go in there and I start working with myself. So the thing is also that's important is being able to be vulnerable about this, being able to be honest about it, and just allow yourself to go, I'm not okay. Talk to someone, okay? Don't try and go through this shit by yourself. You need to say to people, I'm not okay. If you need to take a duvet day and just stay in bed and cry, do that, because sometimes, you know, we just need to do that, and it's okay. It's fine to sometimes just feel shit. So be okay with that, and just know that once you're through it, for me, it feels, it's been probably a week and a half now. So yeah, since I started feeling better. Today, I was like channeling the shit out of my work. I was like, I'm busy writing. I'm all of a sudden, I literally feel like the flowers are coming up. It's absolutely insane. It's so intense that I needed to have that extreme period of going inwards, where now everything that I've learned and everything that's come through, I can now basically create again. Okay, so this is the cycle. And like I explained with nature, it's all cyclical, and this is what you do, this is what happens, and it is okay. Okay, so it's basically, it is what it is, and we can't change it. We've chosen to be on the path, we want to be here, and I love this work. I love the fact that I'm going through shit, and I love the fact that I get to get out of the shit again, and it is okay. But yeah, it's about also that stigma around it, that stigma about feeling crappy, about like having like for me, I don't suffer from depression, but I felt so like I had bouts of depression where I literally like didn't even want to get up, whatever, and it's fine, because as long as I can get myself through it, as long as I can see it for what it is, as long as I keep on going back to what's the lesson, what's the higher perspective, where am I not in alignment, where am I resisting, where am I not working with the flow of things here, because all of that creates this whole episode for me. Okay, so it's all about dissonance, guys, and what you need to do. And I mean, you can have, sometimes it happens that, you know, it lasts for a week or just a few days. That's also fine. Sometimes it's a bit longer, but you need to really constantly be checking in with yourself and say, like, where's the dissonance? Where am I not honoring my soul? Where am I not honoring myself? So that I can constantly look at it and go, okay, how am I going to change this? What am I going to make better? Now, the one thing for me that really stood out, and that I found really difficult during that period, was it's almost like I consciously decided to cut myself off from the light. How can I explain that? So it's like, it was very, generally for me, like when I meditate, I am able to go out and I connect with energy, and like I just feel like I'm part of everything. So I go into that space of beautiful oneness. While I was going through this last period, it was like I couldn't allow myself to go there. Like my ego was so hard-assed that it was going, no, you are by yourself. You are not part of everything. And I had to work so hard on creating space where I could reconnect again, where I could literally see a bit of light and bring it back into my being, so that my vibration wasn't so low the whole time. So my advice to you would be that get into, when you're in this state, it's about the fact is, the truth is, the reality is, we are never separated. You are never ever not part of everything on this planet, in this universe here. You are never ever alone. But your ego will convince you that you are completely alone, that, you know, there is no connection, there's no spiritual connection with anyone. But if you allow yourself just to see it for what it is, and the bullshit that your brain is trying to feed you, and just really force through and just allow yourself to reconnect with source the whole time and bring in that energy, it will also lighten that feeling. It will up your vibration, okay? Because we're needing to just check in constantly. And that's why I'm saying that evaluation, DPC, you need to become an analyst of your feelings and the bullshit that your brain tries to feed you, okay? Because otherwise it will just ridiculously keep on doing that. And for me, that was the hardest part, because I know in my being that I'm always connected. Like it's a fact like a cow. Like I don't even know how else to put it. So that was the hardest part. I knew I was gonna freaking cry today, but anyway, so it's all good. But it's all about just getting right back to reconnection. That is, I feel what saved me was the reconnection again. The light bulb going on. And it's not even reconnection. I mean, reconnection is the wrong word. It's the realization of constant connection. It's the realization of oneness, that it is always there, no matter what you do. Okay. So for me, if you have friends around you going through this, family members, whatever, what really helps is just being able to listen to them. Don't give advice because I felt like nothing you could say could make it better. Just let me talk. That's okay. Just let me get it out. So that really, really helped a lot, because people will try and fix you and you're not wanting people to fix you. So just get someone to listen. Have coffee with a friend and say, keep quiet, I need to talk, because it really helps as well. So what I want to do today is I want to take you into meditation. And when I was connecting this morning and just going through what I wanted to talk to you guys about and all of that, I kept on seeing myself almost like lifting up, like really going above everything and being able to look down. And so for the process of going through the dark night of the soul, it's like, it is firstly about like understanding, constantly checking in, seeing the misalignment, but then it's also the process of lifting yourself up out of that lower vibrational energy and moving upwards. And then for me, it felt like I went back up into the universe and I could basically be there and just take my energy and reconnect to everything, because that's where the pain lies, is in the disconnection. Okay, so I want to today in the meditation, I just want us to go back up and feel the connection again, because that's the thing that is important. Okay, so that's cool. Okay. And obviously I didn't have any tissues with me because that's the way I roll. So, but it's all good. And thank you for allowing me to share a bit about this, because it's such a taboo topic. It drives me nuts. It's like I'm on a mission this year to like delve into the darkness of myself and just really reconnect with those parts. So you're going to see me talking a lot about like working with those deep hidden parts of ourselves. I'm really, because again, what I learn and what I go through is what I teach. So yeah, prepare yourself to be able to just connect with those parts of yourself if you keep following my work, because it is where we really start understanding harmony, is if we can look at the light and we can look at the darkness and we can unify the two, and then we can create the peace and the harmony that we're looking at. But, you know, for so long, I was looking so much at the light, and it became so much, and it was so beautiful that the universe has thrown me into the darkness so that I can see the beauty in there as well and start bringing the two together and really getting to that space of peace. Okay, so yeah, that is what it is. Okay, fabulous. So I'm going to ask you to just take a deep breath in for me and just close your eyes just for a few minutes with me now. And just keep on breathing in and out. And just understand that every day we are so beautifully held by our guides, by the angels, by our higher self. All the light holds us as well. All the darkness holds us as well. So just connect with your body and your breath. And we breathe in and we breathe out. I want you to put your focus into your heart space. And just put some attention to anything that's lying heavy there at the minute. Put your attention to whatever it is that's creating dissonance within you. Whatever is stopping you from loving yourself. Whatever is stopping you from honoring your needs. Whatever is stopping you from connecting with your purpose. Whatever is stopping you from connecting with your truth. Whatever pain you carry, just view that now. See it for what it is. Identify it. And I want you to just also take that with you today during the meditation, because the process is really about understanding, why am I allowing this to create perceived separation from the divine, from my light, from oneness? Why am I choosing to let this issue become a barrier between myself and the divine? So place that issue in your heart. Allow yourself to just let it rest. And just say to your guides when the answer needs to come, to please just let you know. Let it reveal itself. And for now, with that resting in your heart, I'm going to ask you to visualize yourself now getting up and walking to this beautiful cloud in front of you. It's hanging very low over the ground. You can literally just take a light step up onto it. Make yourself comfortable, have a seat, however, lie down if you need to. But visualize yourself on this light cloud. Make yourself comfortable and just allow yourself to slowly, slowly float upwards with me. Calling in beautiful guides and angels, all the light beings, to just come with you now. Koresi la shekurusia manenkia vasekia la rasho katuya la ratamba yaka. See yourself moving upwards, upwards, upwards. all the way up, right through the atmosphere, up, 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 all the way into space, slowly upwards. See yourself going past the moon, past the planets and the sun, even further upwards. Just in the quietness of space. Korisi lasheko ariatekia laramasi kavria sechotro kolasiata. Moving all the way up, up, up. And now just connecting with your heart. Allow yourself to call in the light of the divine. Straight into your heart, shooting through space, coming straight to you. And now, let that love, that light, break through the shell that you created around yourself. The shell of protection, the shell of disconnection. Allow it to penetrate and crack it wide open. So this is what the universe needs. You to be cracked wide open to allow the light in. And now let that just move through your entire being, your feet, your arms, your head, everywhere. And then let the light run through and expand and expand. Move over all the planets, the stars, the suns, the moons. Every single person, light being, energy source. Just let your love, your light, just run and just reconnect you with everything. Uresalia lara korotea lara ninko hiame, ashevaratikia lara no shokorosin tiatata lanatikia mate, avarasi sakia lara sho sukutanda hiama, engoiate lara mashe atakahiato, aia severesikia lara to shakunda hiama, eko sevate. La sia takinda hiama ekosia la ravasheto nakiama etoria namasiava eko shetro ia la rashentohi akiamate. Just be in that beautiful feeling of connectedness now. And just feel all that love within your being. Just breathe it in, allow it to be part of every cell of your body, your being. And then slowly, slowly start calling it back into your heart. As you're calling it back into your heart, just know that you carry the universe within you. Know that you carry the universe inside of your heart. And that you have the ability to, every time your ego wants you to feel disconnected, drop into your heart. Every time you start feeling alone, despondent, sad, remember to drop into your heart. That is your foundation. That is the essence of you. That space carries all the love. So remember to be kind to yourself. Remember to nurture yourself, even if things feel hard, even if the energies are intense and you feel the pain of everything and everyone around you, just allow yourself to drop into your heart and know that this is a process of rebirthing for you. And now slowly allow your cloud to come back down again with all your energy back in your heart space. Slowly, slowly drifting downwards, all the way down. Back, through the atmosphere, through the sky, all the way down to the same point where you started from. Allowing yourself the soft landing. And now, placing your feet firmly on Mother Earth, sending your energy down into her, grounding yourself. Firmly like a tree, rooting yourself into Mother Earth. I want you to breathe in and out again. And just knowing that what you placed in your heart today, your answers will be given to you when you are ready. And always know that this is part of the process. This is part of your growth. You and your soul, you chose all of this. So also remembering to reconnect with gratitude, reconnect with joy, reconnect with love every day. These are such beautiful foundations for our daily existence. Just reminding yourself every single day that this too shall pass. Just thank your guides, thank your higher self and the beautiful beings of light. Koshia Laramasuku Evaratia Sinkia Laramase. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Okay, fabulous. Right, I feel all nice and beautifully spacey now. So basically, it happens. It is what it is. But it's also important to acknowledge that it's happening, that the dark night is there, and that it will get you at some stage, because it is in our nature to resist change, and it is in our nature to want to stay the same and be safe. Okay, but if you allow yourself to surrender, and if you identify it quick enough, and if you basically just go with the flow, it will pass. Okay, so don't be like me and be so bloody hard-ass that it takes you 2 months to get through this, even though I know it was worth it, because I see all the benefit already a few days after having stepped out of it. But yeah, so it's really, you can make this less hectic for yourself if you recognize it quick enough, if you go in and you actually work with it as soon as you can. Okay, so no resistance, and just allow yourself to experience it, the highs, the lows, the pain, the tears, the exasperation, the despair, everything. Just allow yourself to feel that. Okay, and just really be in that space. Hi Bev, I think you joined a little bit late, Jack, so really see if you can watch the replay later, and then you can also see what I went through over the last few months. Now, just also one thing, vulnerability, guys, is so important. Being able to say that things are hard, and for me, it was hard to come on the call today and share this with you because I'm always okay. Like, I'm that girl who's always okay. So, and yeah, technically that didn't, yeah, that was not the case. So I'd rather be honest with you, because I feel this is the space where I get to be honest and I get to be vulnerable, and I get to say sometimes it's shit being spiritual and sometimes it's really bloody hard. So yeah, so pop me some questions in the Divine Soul Tribe if you've got any further questions about this that you want to know, anything that you want some help with, or stuff that you're struggling with, like put it in the group, because the thing is, everyone else is going through stuff at the minute as well, and it is going to be the year for realignment. This is the year of reawakening. This is the year of realignment. So if you're not aligning, it's going to hit you. Okay, so be aware, and then you have the tools to get through it. You have the knowing that you can actually manage to get yourself through that darkness. Okay, because the only way is through. So yeah, so thank you so much for joining me today. Oh, I just, my creative juices are all over the place now that I'm through the through this shit. I'm launching a challenge next week. Actually, yeah, so I just need to finalize a few things, but I'm launching a challenge, and because of what I've gone through, and because of the importance of daily ritual and daily practice having come up again and again and again for me, I am going to do what I call a daily practice challenge with you guys. Okay, so I'm so excited. I am literally going to spend 21 days with you, helping you to craft and create your own spiritual practice. Okay, something that you yourself can do every single day, so that you can connect in a way that feels good for you, that feels aligned to you. So what I will be doing is I'll be giving you some information about like what I do, suggestions, tips, etc. And then I want you to basically create your own perfect version of what's going to be your thing that you want to practice every single day to help you connect with your inspiration, with the divine, with everything awesome within you. Okay, so I'm very excited about that. I'm just finalizing everything. I'm kind of doing 3 things at the same time at the minute, but it's all good because this is going to be so exciting. And I know a lot of you guys have been asking for some help. You don't know what to do every day, like all that. So yeah, so I'm going to be sharing that with you, and I'm super excited about it. So keep a lookout for that. I've got a few spaces left for the 2020 vision. If you are interested and you want to join for that, just have a looky. I'll post some links now on the website. If you want to book that session, it's a once off, and it's basically to just get clarity on your here ahead, what you're supposed to be doing, and where you're going. And then today is the last day for registration for Sacred Circle. So if you are going to join me, please do message me today so we can get you on board for the Sacred Circle course as well. Okay, and that is everything from me. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you again next week, and then we'll talk a bit more about daily rituals. Okay, have a beautiful afternoon.